Pick, pick, pick. How's everybody today? Oh, good. I get to see who's on. I thought I'd do a little chalk project today just to show you real quick. Okay. So my favorite time of the year is coming up. School time. So I have the board and base. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the board and pillar. Sorry. Can't remember what they're called. I want to show you this. So here is the pillar. And here is the board that goes with it. So you can put this two different ways. You can put it this way. There's a little peg that goes in it in the back to hold it in place. So you can have it sit this way, or you can have it sit this way. So I thought I would use it this way because of the transfer that I'm going to use today. This transfer says the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. Yay! I'm a teacher if you can't tell. Okay, so I'm going to open the package. It usually has a little flip here. I found it. Yeah, and I'm going to use, they have like a little eraser here at the top, and I like that because now here they have a little line like where you can cut it and then put this right underneath it. And I'm like, you don't really need to. You could have a little border there, honestly, to show the difference because you want erased to stand out. You know, I kind of like that. Well, let's see. I will go ahead and cut it. I want to make sure I get that eraser in. So you can still place it that way. That way there's not a line. And then I thought I'd put a bow on it. Now I'm going to use, since I have a black board here, and these are the erasable boards, so I can put this on with the chalk paint and then just use water and wipe it off, which I love to do. I love to reuse surfaces. That's actually why I got into chalking. Now this is the first time I've used this transfer, so I'm going to defuzz it. And defuzzing it just means putting it down on a cloth, on the chalk cloth. It's fuzzier on one side and smoother on the other side. So if you do that a couple times, and you never wash these cloths with like fabric softener because it can, ruin your transfer when you're defuzzing. Now, if you can't see this, there's just a little fuzz right there. Okay? I'm going to put that over to the side because I will use that later. Let's see. Did I go far enough down? Go down further. And then I try to just make sure it's the same distance on both sides. And if you haven't noticed, oh, it's crooked. I see it at the bottom. I don't know if you noticed what I did, but I kind of stuck my finger down in one area. Then that helps tack it. It's still very sticky. It's not that you got rid of all the stickiness in your transfer. And all I'm doing is putting it down to make sure I have all the bubbles out. Let me see here. This is what we use. It's a squeegee to put the. It's so crooked. Do you see that? See how crooked that is? I have the hardest time lining things up. So I'm going to, excuse me if I put my head there. I know a lot of people are excited for school to start. I am. I miss how I missed saying goodbye to my kids at the end of last year, but what can you do? I'm going to use bright white. I thought about doing the pens and the pencil and the book in a different color, but I love that contrast of black and white, so I'm going to use the bright white, and I use the single paste sometimes. You can also buy them in the bigger. And I'm just going to put some out here. Squeeze the paste. Now, if you notice this, my paste looks a little dry. That's all right. So, you see what I mean by a little dry? It's supposed to be like smooth toothpaste. So what you do is you just put a little water. That seemed like a big amount of water. But those spray bottles are really cool. Feels like they go on forever, but they don't. It's a fine, fine mist. It's not a big wet stream. Do you see the difference now? It's not quite as dry. So you just put water in with your paste. I don't know if I need more paste, but I'm going to put as much of it in. You hardly use this paste, and you'll see it here in just a minute. Ugh. Can't get it out. There we go. Like I said, I'm using the bright white.
I'm having Wi-Fi issues.
Oh, sorry.
Look in the home app associated with this HomePod for more information.
Yeah. I'm talking to my HomePod. I need to unplug it. There we go. So what that is. Now, the other good thing is with the squeegee, what I'm doing right now with my mixing tool is smashing it, so it gets out of any dry clumps. So the squeegee, I put some on. This is way more than enough that I'm going to need right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. You squeegee it on. And try not to leave any lines. Now this is a small transfer, a silk transfer. So it's not going to use very much. Now I'm going to wipe off. Notice how much I still have in my little tray. I'm trying to get rid of my little lines. So I'm going over with my squeegee again until I get rid of little lines. Now, if you make a mistake, that's what I love about this too. It's okay. Peel it off towards me. Isn't that cool? In that. Now, I'm going to wet. See, I made a mistake right here. I went over. I'm going to use my cleaning sponge, and I just put a little water on it. This gets rid of what we call ghosting, or it cleans up your messes. See, it wiped right off. Head a little further. Hula fuzz. So now I can save this if a little container that has a tight lid on it. I do have some of those. I can put that back in there and save it for another time because it's reusable paste. I'm going to let this just dry, the white dry. I don't think I need to use a hair dryer because I'm not overlapping. Sometimes when you overlap, you're going to use a hair dryer. Now I'm going to use the eraser part. If you're here at the beginning, you saw the influence of a good teacher is never erased. So I would definitely wanted to make sure I had the eraser in. Sometimes they put this on the house cutout, which is cool, but there's not really enough room for the eraser, and I wanted to make sure I got the eraser in there. Okay, I'm just looking around up above, looking at the camera so I can see if it's even. So I'm pressing down with my finger, and I'm going to use for this color, oh, by the way, let's wipe that off as much as I can. Sometimes I use wet wipes to get that all off, but I want to not waste as much as possible. The only way you clean up these transfers is just water. So I'll take this transfer, put it under the sink, run water over it, use my cleaning sponge to make sure I get it all off on both sides because remember it's a silk screen. That's why I say screen. So I'll make sure I have that all off in between and then put it back on the paper, this gloss paper that it comes on. So then I can reuse it. And these, you know, you can always use 8 to 12 times, if not more. Oh, I have my cleaning sponge. I'll use that too. Okay. That eraser has been used quite a bit. So, so the pieces were coming off. So this is called Couture Coral, which is more of a darker pink. Because I wanted that pink eraser on a pencil to stand out. Oh, look at that. Now that's more how they come, like that, you know, smoother toothpaste. I don't want to mix any white. Isn't that cute? With the pink. So now, I'm going to get another little baby squeegee, because I don't really need to go that far. Oh, maybe I should use the wider squeegee. I just got this. Oh, maybe that. The ankle squeegee. I'm trying to think, would it be easier? I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'll just use a regular squeegee. See? Ah, that's perfect. Because I don't want any lines. I just put some paste on top and drag it across. Again, it doesn't use very much. Now I see there's, you probably can't see, but you see this? There's a little pastel on there. Pink's one of my favorite colors, so I'm excited to use that. That's all you do. It starts drying really quickly. I don't know if you can see the difference in the colors of pink. There's more of a matte color and then a glossy color. Like I said, just water, not soap, just water. Rinse that off and it's off. But I like that. I like that pink part to it. Now, to put it on the pedestal, you just... Remember, I made sure the peg was down. Sometimes I've done that accidentally the wrong way. But I have my peg over here. But I just kind of wanted to show it to you with it on there. I love that board and pillar. Now, you can do a variety of things if you want a bow on it. Just put a bow right here. Right? I made this bow last week. I don't know about you, but I have to practice making bows. I'm not a very good bow person. But this was one that I made. I got these from Hobby Lobby, a little navy blue. And it's not burlap, but it's that color, like a tweed color. And this I thought would be really cool to use at Halloween time. Because I thought, if I paint that white, it'll look like a spider web. But I think it makes a really cool back. So then you can either hot glue. I prefer to tie the bow right there. Okay. Now you can do other things too. You can add other embellishments if you want to. I don't know. I made this thinking, oh, I might use it. We'll see. I used my washi tape. And I had some black sparkly washi tape. I had yellow, I had gold, and I had pink. I don't know if that'll do that. See that? The black kind of goes in here. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's glistening. Well, that would be cute. You can do a little embellishment there and then put the bow. Yeah. So just simple project. It probably costs about $25 to do this project. Simple project, but I can't wait to put it up since this is the week I get to start teaching. We meet tomorrow and see what our COVID protocol will be this year. The plan is right now that we will be teaching kids in session, which I'm really grateful for because it's really hard to teach kids you've never met, over a TV or a computer screen. You see how that's drying? The wet's already dry. Right here, it's mainly dry. Okay, but isn't that cute? I love it. I'm going to put that up in my room. Okay, so hopefully next time, I'm hoping to do this Wednesday evening and Saturdays and Sundays. So hopefully you'll stay tuned next time. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the Fun in One project with me today. Again, it was only 2 colors. That's why it was like fun. Some of our transfers are huge. So I've done multi-layers, but I just want to do some fun chalking. And for me, fun chalking means I don't have to think too hard about it. I get to put it down, put the chalk down, lift it up. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.